Welcome to all our friends around the world. We are so excited to be together today, and especially excited because we have a gift for everyone, everywhere around the world today in the most amazing way. You can't imagine what we're going to just remind you of and get a chance to
Maybe
invite you
introduce
to.
you to too.
So
Yes.
great.
So we are so grateful for our guests today. And as you get on, we would love to see where you are joining. Did you want to say that?
No, I didn't say
Anyway,
that. Go ahead.
let us know where you're joining from all over the world. And as we begin, we'll just tell a little bit about our two guests from RootsTech today. Jen Allen is the director of events. That is no small thing.
In fact, I think she named one of her boys Roots and the other one Tech. Did I hear that?
Sort of.
Oh, that's nickname. Okay, good.
So the director of events at Family Search International, Jen, has helped organize and execute 10 RootsTech conferences. This will be her 11th next week. We open next week. Jen and her husband, Brent, are the parents to 3 teenage boys who are all active in science, math, music, theater, soccer, and golf. Wow, you are a busy lady. When she's not planning events on a grand scale, she is usually planning her vacations for her family. And she also loves watching and quoting her favorite movies. So if a quote comes up, we'll know why.
Yeah.
And Brandon Beckstead is the event manager at Family Search International.
And described as the best event manager in the world. Yeah.
And that's by someone who knows, Jen. Let's see. So, yeah, and he's been doing that for 2 decades and brings a wealth of skills and talents to RootsTech.
This is his 9th RootsTech.
Yes.
9th, right? Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
So exciting.
So, Brandon and his wife, Jen, another Jen, are parents to 3 children who are just as clever and loving as their dad is. And
who wrote that?
This.
He wrote this.
Brandon loves to work with his hands and has a unique skill of building beautiful ukuleles in his workshop.
That's amazing.
That is so cool.
I don't know if they're beautiful, but it's fun.
They're functional.
Oh, my goodness. That is just the coolest. So,
amazing.
Yes, we are just so grateful to have you. And as we begin, would you like to just tell us a little bit about RootsTech?
Yeah, well, RootsTech is coming. I don't know if you knew that, but it is coming, and we only have a few days. And RootsTech this year will be virtual, again, all virtual and completely free, March 3rd through the 5th. And that's the live experience of RootsTech. But the beauty about RootsTech is the learning and the experiences continue on throughout the year. But we hope you'll join us for that live experience because it's kind of fun. The energy and everyone gets connected and chat. So yeah, we're excited.
So I think you call it the greatest virtual library in family history worldwide. I mean, it really is an ongoing resource that can help people forever. And we've loved last year's. Last year was a miracle because you had such a short time to get it ready, and then you pulled it off in such an amazing way. And when we were interviewing last year, I think we had 300,000 plus 380,000 that had registered already, but it ended up to be more than that. Any things you'd like to tell us about last year as it went?
What you learned?
Well, I'll talk about last year, and we learned so much. Brandon, you can chime in on the learnings, but last year, you're right. We didn't know what to expect. It was our first virtual. It was not easy, by the way. All event managers throughout the whole world, our whole job was just kind of uprooted a little bit, and we all had to pivot and learn how to do virtual in a very unique and engaging way. So, when I was with you guys last year, we were counting the registrations. They were coming in pretty fast, but in the end, we had over 1.5 million people join us from all over the world.
I had not heard the final. That is incredible.
Yeah, and we didn't expect it. We didn't know what to expect as we just kept seeing people come in from all over the world. And so many things that we learned, the biggest one was just energy is hard in a virtual environment. We're all sitting at home in our stretchy pants and slippers, and it's really hard to get that energy through the screen. So that was kind of the biggest thing that we learned. And we'll talk a little bit about how we changed that for this year. But Brandon, what else did we learn among the millions?
It's really easy for us to know how many chairs to set up or all the standard things you do at an event, but now we have to figure out what a website is or who can provide it. And not knowing how many people would come, we were hoping for 100. My goal was 120,000, and I was going to be happy. And
You must have been really happy.
oh my goodness! I remember I was texting all my friends and family. It's like, we're at 400,000, we're at 500,000, and it was just, it's just a miracle. I mean, there's no other way to put it than that.
So true. And now, with everything you've learned, you've had a year to prepare another most amazing event internationally, really focused more internationally than ever before. We are so excited about 2022. But I think it'd be great for you just to talk a little bit about what it was like to prepare for this year, because you had a longer period of time and more ideas about how it might work, and share with us about that adventure.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge after the event last year was deciding what we were going to do in 2022. Go back to in person or stick with virtual. And that one was really hard. When we finally made the decision to go virtual again, it was in a time when actually the pandemic was on a little bit of a downslope. So it was a hard decision because, it felt like everything was going to start opening up again. And obviously now that we're here, how grateful and blessed we are that we made that decision, because it would be really, really bad if we were trying to get in person again. And again, events all over the world have been planning against a pandemic, which is not where any of us ever want to be. So grateful that we are going all virtual again. So once we made that decision, it was, how can we just increase the engagement, increase the energy as much as we possibly can? So throughout the year, again, Brandon touched on it, but becoming experts at development and engineering stuff. I don't even know what to call it. That's how I'm not smart in that kind of a way. And so working with our excellent engineers that we have at Family Search, they're learning to become event managers and we're learning to become developers.
There you go.
And we're working on a match made in, we're working on a match made in heaven, but we're not quite there yet. It's just still a lot of learning when it comes to that.
And not only learning how to work with engineers, but now we need engineers and understanding of how to do it in Peru and how to do it in Ukraine, how to do it all over the world. We hit 242 different countries last year. So how do we create something that works for them? And in some places in West Africa, they may not have a lot of internet. They may not have ways of doing this. So how do we touch the entire world with an event and create messages and do it on the computer? It was interesting.
That is a whole different mindset than setting up some chairs in a room.
Yeah.
That's right.
And where to put the taco stand, it's just different.
It's
right?
been a rough couple of years. Let's be honest.
Seriously. So what new countries this year are involved?
And as you talk about that, let's talk about these. You have international people that are keynoters and all kinds of stuff. You've been traveling the world, and I understand from Jen that, Brandon, you've been doing a lot of that. In fact, you've been there every time. Oh, we'd love to hear the stories of this. We'd love to crawl into your life experience.
Yeah. So one way when we walked away last year was, how can we build on what we learned? Now, last year, all of our keynotes were filmed via Zoom. They were in their home, we were in our home, but that we had to do it that way. We had no choice.
Right.
Well, now that the pandemic is a little bit different, we adjusted things this year and filmed them in a couple of different ways. One of them, though, is that we actually went to their homeland, their country, and held a little mini event for some of our archivists and industry friends and even church leaders in different areas, and had kind of a stage experience. It was small. There was only 100 people. And so we tested this out and it ended up being extremely successful. And we actually planned on about 6 of them, but some of them had to get canceled because of Omicron. But we went to Versailles near Paris. We were in Accra, Ghana. We went to Argentina, Buenos Aires, and we actually will be going to Dubai for the World Expo next week. So Brandon, you were all of them. Do you want to share maybe one of your favorite stories from one of those locations that we filmed?
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard. There were so many. Buenos Aires was so cool. But Accra, Ghana was one that was really touching in a spiritual way. All of them had little spiritual aspects, but in parts of West Africa, the church is struggling to get out and to be there and to receive recognition. And we brought in people from all over Western Africa, and they do things very differently there. And it was awesome. So in most locations, we had an hour meeting. This was 3.5 or 4 hours, because everyone gets up and they kind of bear their testimony of the meeting. So you pick a bunch of the important people. And we had one of the kings of Accra get up, and he just threw it. He's like, this is so amazing what Family Search is doing and how they're bringing families together with the oral genealogy. And we're not losing who we are because Family Search is doing this. Now, we don't have this a super great relationship. I'm sorry, I said king of Accra. It wasn't the king of Accra. It was the king of one of the other countries.
Nigeria, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was Nigeria. And we don't have a great relationship there for some reason with the government. But he got up and said, I am going to all of the kings of Nigeria, because there's kings over certain regions. And he says, I'm going to tell them they have to use this, that Family Search and this church has to be a part of it. And then the king of Accra, which is where we were at, one of the very powerful kings, got up and he gave his final message. And he said, you know what? 30 years ago, I sang a song in one of your churches, Love at Home. Can we sing that song as a congregation? And it was amazing. I mean, it was great for Family Search. It was great for the church. It was great in so many ways. And by the way, we got this great message. Azuma Nelson, he's a professional boxer, and the people there love him. It's an admiration I'd never seen before. Everywhere we went to lunch with him, we went to dinner, and people just come up to him, and I can't tell you what a great experience it was, and what a great experience it's going to be for the RootsTech crowd.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I just can't imagine. Can I go with you next year? Come on.
we leave for a week. Come on, we're going to Dubai. It's going to be.
I'll carry the lights. I'll carry your bags. Whatever. What an amazing thing!
Oh,
that's so
I can't
beautiful.
imagine the reach. So that is one of the changes that you've made. What else is going to be different this year?
Well, there's a lot of enhancements. Just really quickly, we have 900 new classes and sessions this year, and the 2021 classes will still be there. So we're creating this huge learning archive now that we could never do before when we were in person. So the learning is going to be off the charts. There's 30 different languages in all the classes.
30.
So just many opportunities to learn how to do family history at every turn. So that's going to be incredible.
Jen, that doesn't include the 600 classes in the expo hall.
No.
So
the expo hall is incredible. There's so many awesome sponsors and exhibitors, and they're bringing even 600 additional demos and classes that take place in the expo hall. So incredible learning across the board. This year, we're really excited to have a theme called Choose Connection. And where we're really looking at this global aspect, we started thinking, how can we help? And how can we bring more peace and love to the world? And so what we're encouraging everybody to do this year is to think about how and why they choose connection, especially in a world where we're sort of being told that we're more divided than we actually are, to kind of stand up, make that personal choice, and to choose to connect, whether it's with your ancestors, with your living family, with people across the world who maybe share a similar homeland or a similar tradition or culture, and helping everybody really choose to connect. And we're really excited about that theme and invite everybody to come and think about that and share.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Is there another effort quite like this with such an outreach to invite that very thing that we need the most happening anywhere? I mean, I know you've worked really hard at this, but the very goal and the very outreach that you're doing can just make such a difference. Wow, we're thankful for that.
I know.
Brandon, anything to add to that?
No, we've worked really hard on ways to connect too. So at RootsTech, whether it's with our chat function, you can make little groups that you can learn and help each other. And the relatives at RootsTech, if you haven't done relatives at RootsTech, you have to do that. You have to have a tree. So make sure you have a tree on Family Search, but you can see how many people you're related to. And maybe you've seen it on social media. There's a lot going on there, but it's so much fun. Last year, I was 80,000 something relatives of people that were joining. And it's going to be so much bigger this year because we've prepared to make it a much better experience.
Oh, absolutely. And it's already going. It's already up and you can discover. In fact, I found out that I am a ninth cousin to Jen. We never knew. And a ninth cousin once removed to Brandon. And
I always knew you were really good. I always knew you were just a great person.
All I can say is you're both very lucky to be related to her.
And I am lucky to be related to the two of you. And we're related.
We are?
Through marriage.
Through marriage, okay. I'm really lucky.
Actually, I think we're 11th cousins.
Oh, that's okay. I'm good with that.
I'm good.
We're all cousins.
We're all good. We're good. So yes, do you want to tell us what?
Every night last year, she would come in and post again to me how many more relatives she'd found.
And I was in the 80,000s also, and I wanted to connect with every single one of them. We didn't get to, but we made some great connections with
some amazing
cousins I didn't know about.
Yeah.
So that is such a great feature. And do you want to tell us what happens hopefully today? So what relative can you find once you find your cousins?
Yeah, so today anybody can go to familysearch.org/connect. And this experience for relatives at RootsTech will be live and open and ready for all of you to start discovering your cousins. There's a really cool feature too where you can see on a map where all those cousins are. And so if you want to see all your cousins just in Ireland, for example. But then this year you can also choose an ancestor and see all the common cousins or people you're related to of that one ancestor, which is really cool. So you could literally plan your next family reunion.
Yes.
Wow, what a reunion that would be. You can't invite 80,000 to our house.
No. We'll do it virtual. Well, that is a fantastic feature. Yeah, what else? What else is going on? Discovery Day. We know that you've got some great guests.
Yeah. Let's talk about Family Discovery Day real quick. You know, it will be taking place on Saturday, March 5th at noon Mountain Standard Time, but available for everybody all over the world in 11 different languages. We actually spent some time with Elder and Sister Suarez this year and took them to their homelands. So we were in Rio. Yep, we were in Rio and Sao Paulo with them, and they shared some incredible stories. All I'm going to say is you get to see Elder Suarez sitting in his desk when he was a schoolboy in the classroom where he went. And he was so excited to be there. So I can't wait for everybody to see that session and to hear a powerful apostolic message from Elder Suarez for his audience. Just incredible. So yes, that is one not to miss for sure.
Absolutely. Oh
wow.
My goodness.
That's what can March 5th come sooner? Can we turn up the calendar?
No, not for these guys. I can't imagine the work that's still left to do. Oh goodness. And our job is just to share it, let people know of this amazing opportunity and all the wonderful things. I mean, we've been preparing a few classes, and we're hoping we have a live class this year that is our Ward Youth Temple and Family History consultants sharing the activities that they have planned through the proper channels. And as a ward, we have come up with some really fun activities that we have done and involved our ward.
So
and
what
these
happens
kids are amazing,
when
aren't
you
they?
put 14-year-olds on a live broadcast?
Yeah, we're
anyway. It's going to be exciting.
It is exciting, and that's why we love the live ones. We have a lot of live classes this year because it is exciting and fun. We hope it's a blast. We sure it will.
They're going to be that for sure.
That's so true.
So great.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say there is really something for everybody. So, if you're thinking, I am not a genealogist, please don't let that stop you. There are so many things for you to do, even if it's just discover your cousins. And I don't even mean to say just discover, because that's such a fun experience. And come and experience that, see what we're doing on social media, and share love and peace in the world today when it is hard to come by. So celebrating families in general is what we're here for, and we're excited to bring it to everybody.
That's exactly right. And do you have something?
Yeah, there's this kind of crazy analogy in my mind, because in all the divisiveness, I listen to symphonic music. We were sitting this last week with a symphony, listening to them play and thinking every single player has spent their life preparing so they could take this beautiful effort and present it to the world so they could hear what it's like to combine so much talent from so many. This is really family history symphonic preparation. So many people with so many talents and blend that all together in this beautiful way to bring about something so remarkable.
So miraculous.
Amazing to us.
That is just so true.
We are so excited and
so grateful.
And Jen just had a 20th anniversary, so she's connecting, right? Spent time dancing with her husband on her anniversary because she's a dancer, right? Never mind, we won't talk about that.
Yeah. We already did.
Exactly.
We talked about Brandon has, what, 2 boys and a girl? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yep. 2 boys, two they're teenagers.
When we think about our children, we have 34 grandchildren. We think about our children and what we want the world to be like. You know, all the beauty queens in the world that have ever stood up and said, I really want to go for world peace. None of them do anything about it. But I'm trying to be controlled about this. You are really doing something about it. You are reaching out in a way that says, instead of let's emphasize our differences, let's absolutely unite in our similarities and bring people together. And Brandon, your story about Ghana, I mean, when Elder Bednar said family history and missionary work are so combined and united.
One work of salvation, right?
And it brings about so much good to do all this so that the joyful blessings of the gospel to come to everybody. It's just, we're so humbled, and we really got you here to say thank you so much.
Yes. So as we kind of wrap it up, what else would you like to add before we close?
You want to share your testimony, family history, or anything like that?
Yes, we'd love it.
Well, now that you put me on the spot, I guess I can't say no. But, you know, the biggest thing I just want to say is thank you to everybody for supporting us, you guys especially. And, you know, come and see. If you've never seen it before, come and join us. And, you know, family history is for everybody. And even if we don't put it under the term of family history, we're all taking photos. We're all trying to remember the stories, even if it's our children a week ago or 5 years ago. And we're all doing family history. It's just now a matter of how would you like to preserve and share that for the ones who come later. And I encourage everybody to think of it that way. The pictures that you're taking of your family every single day, there's an opportunity for you to think about it a little bit further and think about what is your legacy as you go forward. And I truly believe that God, Heavenly Father specifically, is there and excited to welcome us all home. And I can't wait for my children to learn or to meet the ancestors that they're learning about here. And that's the whole purpose, is to unite families for all eternity. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here. And I love my job.
You have a beautiful
We
job
love your
and
job
a beautiful
too.
testimony. Thank you.
Brandon, you want to share anything?
Yeah. If you think your family work is done, when I started at Family Search, I'm pioneer stock on both sides. And I'm like, there's nothing for me to do. And I was like, and the first 2 months, I think I found 1,200 different ordinances that could be done. And that's from pioneer stock. So just come and learn, and it changes who you are when you do it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely true.
So how do you register for this amazing upcoming conference next week?
You guys, it's so easy. Just go to rootstech.org. There's a button there that you can register, but a little secret, you don't even have to register. You can just join us on March 3rd and join and experience all of it. So come no matter what, even if you don't register or you forget. If you do register, then we'll remind you what's coming up. So that's the biggest benefit.
Oh, that's great.
We try to represent a worldwide audience saying thank you for your lifetime of service that's prepared you to be able to do this. But
and your work to make it all happen. I can't even imagine. So to take time to do this today, we can only guess what you had to give up or rearrange, but we're grateful for you being with us today.
and we want to remind all of you, there's nothing like this in the world. It is totally unique in its outreach and opportunity. So please not only get involved, but share it with everybody you know. Share this broadcast with everybody. Share the opportunity with everyone you know. And as you do, let's spread the word, because that's what's needed. Spread it to millions and millions of people so they can all benefit from this great effort.
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning in today. It's been wonderful. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Brandon. It's been great to be with you.
Have a great day and don't work too hard, right?